Hello, my beautiful ladies from all over the world. Today, I want to talk about the connections between attachment style and business. And I really don't know why more people are not talking about this. This has been the most insightful thing and mind blowing thing that I've learned in the last year is how much our attachment style is playing into our business and how we behave in business. So, when we have an avoidant attachment style, for example, or a fearful avoidant. So fearful avoidant means you want closeness, but you also fear it. So that's the kind of attachment style that I had, or I used to have, I want to say. Sometimes I still have the pattern, so I'm like, I thought I have an insecure attachment style. Why do I still have this? This is really annoying, but I really worked a lot on my attachment style. And when I am with secure attached people, then I behave then I behave quite secure. When I am with an avoidant, my sides definitely get triggered because avoidants are, they just bring out the worst in me. They just bring out the side that is anxious and angry that my needs are not getting met because you're so inconsistent, and then I become anxious, but then also I withdraw, and then I'm like, okay, this is not working. I have something on my teeth. But what I realized in business is that I was going for opportunities, but then when they were coming close, I was pushing them away because opportunities are being brought by people. So our attachment style is very, very much connected to that. And another thing is to really understand the pain points and needs of your customers. And if you fear closeness, then it's hard for you to really understand the needs of others because you will fear them and you will be scared that that your needs are not being met. And all of these things are just play into business, and business is such a relational game and such a social game. I was not aware before this year, and it is really about understanding how to talk to people, how to approach to people, when is a good time to talk about things and how to talk about things, and what is the intimacy level that you are on right now to talk about certain things. And the thing is, I had a huge abandonment wound, which made me want to be closer with people than I'm actually at. So, for example, you meet somebody new, and I want to be closer because of my fear of abandonment. Then actually, naturally, the process is, which then comes across as maybe too needy or too pushy because it's too fast, too soon. Whereas I also then withdraw when things are close, and then it is coming off as maybe not as responsive and not as responsible. And in general, your attachment wounds really just come up so much in business because business is not just all logical. People want to tell me you need to act logical. Business is the most unlogical thing that I've ever experienced. It is all about humans and their needs. Your business is solving another person's problem. So why do they have this problem? Because it is in need of them. Something is not working. And you want to have happy and satisfied customers. Is that logical, or is that emotion that they have? You need to also, no matter which product you have, you also need to take care of their emotional side. It is called customer relationship because it is a relationship. People say, yeah, people need to trust and like you in order for you to buy to them. That is a relational thing. If we have relational wounds and that make us even feel hard to trust others, how will they trust our brand if we even have trust issues ourselves? But understanding all of this is, you're not the only one with attachment wounds. There are many other people who also have attachment wounds and who have had past trauma. So what really helped me is the more I understood myself and my patterns and the more I healed them, the more I can see that in others. And whereas I was able to meet my own needs and understand my own needs, I'm able to meet other people's needs better. And I realized, oh, that is the whole game. It is understanding and recognizing other people's needs and being able to help them meet them. And that is also sales. Sales is identifying people's pain points, understanding why it's important to them, and then being able to say, oh, with this and this, we could help you with that. These are all relational things. These are not logical things. And that's why they say women are naturally good at sales, because they have empathy. and because they understand, because they can show empathy and they can be like emotionally there and caring, and people want to feel cared for. Like people, everybody wants to be loved and everybody wants to be taken care of and like cared for, and everybody wants to meet their needs and their physical needs. That's why they buy products, and their emotional needs. That's why they buy some other products. It depends on the product that you sell. But um, some of you might know like empathy maps. So it's basically where you have a person where it says, this is what the person thinks, feels, says, does, sees, and this is basically like your customer persona, where you say, okay, my ideal customer says this, feels this, etc. And we talked about in class why is it called empathy, and it is because you have to have empathy with the other person, because our experience is not the experience of our clients. We come all from so different type of walks in life that we need to put ourselves in the shoes of others. It's so hard because you just think like your experience is what everybody else has, but that's so not true. For example, in my class, I have people who grew up in Bangladesh, who grew up in Nigeria, who grew up in I don't know, South America, who grew up in Netherlands, Norway, like all of these different countries, and we have so different like walks of life and experiences and childhoods and different like struggles in our past and in our present. And really putting yourself in the situation of others requires two things. First of all, it requires the ability to get out of your own things, your own worries, your own needs, and into the other person. So you kind of need emotional capacity for that. And then the second thing that it needs is to really go and think about their experience. And that is what's called empathy. Empathy is you can empathize, you can feel what their situation, even though it's not your own situation. And I think that is just like, it just made so click, and it took like a whole year to really understand it. And I think that's why when you had past struggles, your ability, because you have had the problem yourself, it allows you to have more empathy with others. So that's why often when we solve problems that we had for ourselves as entrepreneurs, we are really good at it because we can empathize so much with others. Whereas, so talking about attachment styles, a coach who grew up with a secure attachment style might have a secure attachment style but cannot empathize and really understand the struggles and pain points of a fearful avoidant, of an anxious, of an avoidant, because they have not experienced it. They have the skill set, but they have not had the struggles. So oftentimes what our biggest points are, where is our blessing, because we're able to relate and empathize with others and help them with their struggles. And that's actually what business is about. And I'm really a big fan of making business personal. I know that especially like in a more masculine way, it is often like about like data and like making it logical, like don't put so much emotion in it. But I think it's just emotional because at the end you want happy customers, and these are people, these are humans who have their own story and beliefs and needs and pain points, and it's really about understanding that. So one thing I've learned is how much business has to do with human nature and how we are, and about understanding ourselves and our customers, and knowing your attachment style and doing all the work around it is such a superpower, because you will realize you're not the only person with fears. But the more you overcome them, the more you can empathize with others, and the more you can go and help them with whatever is going on for them. And that it doesn't have to do just with attachment style. That could be with, oh yeah, my wall is dirty and I don't know, I want to have in like a new fresh paint. But then you're like, why is this important to you? Which color do you want? Why is, you're like, it's always something emotional at the core. It is never just logical. It's because people have wants and desires. And I saw a reel, these that says, and it was about the 5 love languages. And if we see the love language of our customers, we can serve to our customers better. Because one person might appreciate more words of affirmation, where others appreciate a small gift. And as I said, it's about customer relationships. So at the end, it is about building relationships, building trust, and serving our customers. So when we are healing our attachment style and we are able to meet our own needs better, and we create a bigger capacity of meeting other people's needs, that is the key. So I really don't know why more people are not talking about this. That's why I'm so passionate about it. This attachment styles and business is it's like this, and people don't talk about it. I really don't know why. So I will be ranting about it forever. So I hope this was insightful. If you're interested on learning how to regulate your nervous system and be more in your feminine energy, then you can check out my description of this YouTube video and get a one-on-one session with me. I would love to help you. And the connection between our attachment styles and our nervous system is actually super interesting, because our nervous system is connected to our attachment style. So an attachment style who's like a person who has more avoidant traits go into shutdown, whereas anxious goes more into hyperarousal. And if we know how to regulate our nervous system better, we automatically are healing our attachment style on the way to do so. So that's about how I got into nervous system work. And if you're interested, just let me know. I wish you a beautiful day. I love you so much. Bye bye.